Okay, so we've got a question here. All right, we have to find the mean, the median, and the mode for this grouped data here. So how you know you're dealing with grouped data? You always have classes like this. Okay. Once you see a class and a range in the class, then you know you are dealing with grouped data. Okay. Yes. So we have to find the mean, the median, and the mode for this information. Okay. So the first thing that we need to do, first we have to calculate the mean. Right. So this is the formula for the mean here, colleagues. Okay. So what this formula is telling us is our frequency, our frequencies. We're going to multiply it by the midpoint and then total them up. Okay. We're multiplying our frequency by the midpoint, then totaling it up. Then we're dividing it by the total frequency. Okay. This is Greek, so I've translated it into English for you. Okay. This is Greek here. Now in English, it means the frequency I'm multiplying by the midpoint and dividing it by the total frequency. Okay. So what we're supposed to do first is we need to find for our classes, we need to get the midpoint, which is x. Okay. So how we get the midpoint? You come to your class, you look at the lower boundary of the class 0, the upper boundary 10. So you're just going to say 0 plus 10 divided by 2, that gives you 5. Okay, 10 divided by 2, that is 5. You come to the next class, you're just going to say 10 plus 20 divided by 2. Okay, that is 30. 30 divided by 2, that is 15. Okay. The next class, you're just going to say 20 plus 30, that is 50. 50 divided by 2, 25. The next class, 30 plus 40, that is 70. 70 divided by 2, that is 35. Any questions, colleagues? Any questions? We start Madam Esther, Madam Betty, Mr. Kennedy, Madam Kalinda, Madam Rhoda. Any questions? Any questions, colleagues? Okay, so there's no questions. All right. So what we need to do next is we need to multiply our frequency by the midpoint. Okay, this is this fx here. Okay, frequency multiplied by the midpoint. Okay, so you're going to say 3 times 5, that is 15. 9 times 15, those with calculators, 9 times 15, 135. 15 times 25, 375. 8 times 35, 228. Okay. Any questions, colleagues? Okay. So we need to get the total frequency and the total of the frequency times the midpoint. So 3 plus 9, that is 12. 12 plus 15, That is 27. 27 plus 8, that is 35. Confirm, colleagues. Okay. Then here, the mean times, the frequency times the midpoint. 15 plus 135 plus 375 plus 280, what do we get? What is the total that we get here? Yes. What value are we getting? 15 plus 35. 15 plus 135 plus 375 plus 28. 805. Okay. 805. So here for the mean, summation of fx 805 divided by summation of f 35. So our mean is 805 divided by 35, which is 23. Our mean is 23. Any questions? Any questions or queries? Can you get me, colleagues? Are you able to get me? Okay, so where was I kicked out from? Where was I kicked out from? Ish. Okay. I was kicked out for a long time. Okay, when we add the frequency, we find our total is 35. Okay. Then here, when we add these numbers, 15 plus 135 plus 375 plus 280, you get 805. Any questions? Then to get the mean, summation of fx is 805 divided by summation of f, which is 35, we get 23. Are we okay with that, colleagues? Any questions? At the beginning, where, madam? This was the midpoint. We're calculating the midpoint for the classes. Yes. That's the first thing you need to do. You need to get the midpoint for each class. And once you get the midpoint, then you multiply it with the frequency. Okay. Then once you do that, you get the total frequency and the total of the midpoint times the frequency. Then you divide them. So our mean in this case is 23. So are there any questions before we now go to the median? Uh-huh. Where I was dividing these two, I was saying you divide the total for the frequency multiplied by the median, which is this 805 we got here. You divide it by the total frequency, which is 35. I think your network, I don't know, are you trying to say something? Is someone trying to say something? Okay. Now, so I hope I've answered your question. Once, if I haven't, you can still pose the question. So, we need to get the median now. Okay, the median, this is the formula for the median. LM is the lower class boundary of the class containing the median, this LM. WM is the class width of the median class, how wide the class is. N over 2 is the position of the median class. Okay, then CF subscript M minus 1 cumulative frequency up to the class interval just before call the median class. And FM is the frequency of the median class interval. So I'll explain what all of these mean, okay, colleagues? Do not worry. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to, on this table here, when getting the median, you need to make the cumulative frequency column. Okay. So this is how you get your cumulative frequency. It's just adding these frequencies. Okay. For example, for our first class, the cumulative frequency is 3. The next class is 3 plus 9, which gives us 12. The next class, it's 3 plus 9 plus 15. That gives us 27. Okay. Then the next one, it's 3 plus 9 plus 15 plus 8. That gives us 35. Now, in your workings in the exam, you don't need to show what I'm showing here. Okay. You just add 3 plus 9, 12. 12 plus 15, 27. 27 plus 8, 35. But I just showed this for you to see what was happening. Okay. Yes. Any questions? If I move further, you just add up all the frequency in order. Mm-hmm. Mhm. Here, we're using these numbers here. 3, 3 plus 9, 3 plus 9 plus 15, 3 plus 9 plus 15 plus 8. That's how we're getting them. But as I said, in the exam, okay, even here for the midpoint, you don't need to show this like that. You just put, okay. So are we all okay with how I've determined these values for our cumulative frequency? Okay, let me just put them here like that. Yes. So this cumulative frequency column, the purpose of it is to help us find the median class. Median class, upper quartile class, lower quartile class. You are all going to find these in the cumulative frequency column. Okay. So the cumulative frequency column, this is where we're going to find the position of our median class. Okay. So how we find the position of our median class? Okay. Have you seen this n over 2? Okay. That's how we find the position. N just represents the total frequency. Okay. This n here just represents the total frequency. So it's a position of median class, n divided by 2. And we said our total was what? 35 here. So we're going to say 35 divided by 2. That gives you 17.5. The 17.5 position. Okay. So we have to come to our cumulative frequency column. Okay. We found the position of the median class. So now in the cumulative frequency column, it will tell us which class this is in. Okay. Okay. So here on our cumulative frequency column, think of it like this. We have to look where can we find the 17.5 position in this cumulative frequency column. So think of it like this. Our first class, it's from 0 to 3. We can't find the 17.5 position there. Our next class is from 4 to 12. You won't find the 17.5 position there. The next one is from 13 to 27. This is where you find the 17.5 position in this range. This is where you find this position. So that tells us that our median class is 20 to 30. Our median class is 20 to 30. Any questions, colleagues? So this column, cumulative frequency column, always remember it helps you locate the position of your median class. Once you find the position dividing n by 2, you come to this class here, this cumulative frequency column here. And you're going to find the position that you found when you divided n by 2. When we divided n by 2, 35 divided by 2, we got 17.5. And this 17.5 in our cumulative frequency column, we found it here in the third class. So our median class, we've determined it now. Our median class is 2230. This is the first thing you do. If you don't do this, you won't be able to find your median class. Okay. First do n divided by 2, locate the position, go to the cumulative frequency column, you'll find your median class. Then once you found your median class, now you can start getting this data which is here. LM, the lower class boundary. Our lower class boundary is 20. Okay. WM, class width, you're just going to say 20 minus 10 gives you 30. Oh no, not 30, sorry, 10. Cumulative frequency up to the class interval just before the median class. You come back to your cumulative frequency column. It's this 12 here. Okay. So the 12 there, this 12. So you get this cumulative frequency before the median class. So this 12 here. Yes. Cumulative frequency before the median class. It's 12. Just hold on, let me just respond to a message. And then FM is the frequency of the median class. So our median class is this one, 20 to 30. So the frequency is 15. Okay. So once you've got all these values, lower limit of the median class, the class width, here this is the position, this is the cumulative frequency before the median class, and the frequency of the median class. Once you've got this information here, then you can uh, you can solve. So the lower limit of our median class is 20. So say 20 plus, let me just get, plus then the class width, which is 10. So you put a fraction here. Class width is 10. Then our position of our median class, 17.5, minus the cumulative frequency before the median class, which is 12, divided by the frequency. So it's a 10 plus 17.5 minus 12, that is 5, 5.5. Okay. Then you're going to say 10 times 5.5, that is 55. And then 55 divided by 3, I mean by 15, 55 divided by 15, we get 3.66666, so we can just leave it as 3.6. So the median is 23.6. Yes, colleagues, any questions? Anything? I'm posting the notes, I'm posting the video, okay, so that you can watch the video over and over until it sinks in. Was these questions, as I said, after this class, even I'm giving you a question to try. So it will be to your best interest to try, because this process you can tend to forget it. Okay, it's a long process, so you might tend to forget it. But let me just give a recap of the process so that for those who came in late, they just see what happened. Okay. The first thing, whenever you're finding the median, is you need to locate the position of the median class. Okay, that is step one. Locate the position. How do you locate the position? It's n divided by 2. N is just the total frequency, which was 35. Divided by 2, we got 17.5. Once you've located this position, you're going to come to your cumulative frequency column. And you say, in this column, where can I find the 17.5 position? Can I find it from 0 to 3? No. Can I find it from 4 to 12? No. Can I find it from 13 to 27? Yes. So we can find the 17.5 position here, meaning our median class is this one here, 20 to 30. Once you have found your median class, the next thing now that you need to do is first, you get the lower limit, which is this 20 here. You get the class width, 30 minus 20, 10. You get the cumulative frequency before the median class. You come back to this column again, 12. Frequency of median class, 15. And then you'll be okay. And then you can put now in the formula there. Okay. So with median, there's quite some work. Yes. Now we can go to the mode. Okay. So the mode, goodness with it, you just find the first thing you look for the class with the highest frequency. Okay. Once you've located the class with the highest frequency, you're going to get the lower limit of the class. Then have you seen this D1 here? Is the difference between the frequency of the model class interval and that of the preceding class interval. So the frequency of your model class, you're going to subtract it from the frequency of the class before your model class. Then this D2 Fm minus Fm plus 1, this is the difference of the frequency of your model class and the frequency of the class after the model class. Then Wm is the class width. So maybe let me bring the table here so that I'm not scrolling up and down. Okay, so we look which class has got the highest frequency. Is this class here? It's got the highest frequency, 15. So this is our model class here. Okay, first we look for the class with the highest frequency. That's the model class there. Okay. Once you've located your model class, you get the lower limit, Lm. Lower limit is 20. After you get the lower limit, you get the class width, which is 30 minus 20, that is 10. Okay. Class width, you just subtract these two values. 30 minus 10. 30 minus 20. That gives you 10. Then D1, the frequency of the model class, this Fm, minus the frequency of the class before the model class. Okay. So this will be your Fm minus 1. Frequency of the class before the model class. Fm minus 1. Okay. Then this is your Fm, frequency of model class. And then Fm plus 1 This is the frequency after the model class. Okay. So when we say D1, we're just subtracting these two, 15 minus 19. Okay. D1 is just FM minus FM minus 1. Okay, so you say 15 minus 9, that is 6. Then D2 FM, frequency of the model class minus the frequency of the class after the model class. So this is going to be 15 minus 8. Okay, this is the frequency of the class after the model class. 15 minus 8, that should be 7. Okay, colleagues, once you've got your D1, your D2, your lower limit, and your class width, then you are good to go. Okay, you are good to go. So you use this formula, L plus D1 over D1 plus D2 times Wm. So you're going to say Lm plus D1 over D1 plus D2 times Wm. So Lm is going to be, let's say, so I'm going to say 20 plus then so D1 is 6 over 6 plus 7, and then class width is 10. So it's going to be 20 plus 6 over 13 multiplied by 10. Twenty plus 6 divided by 13, you get 0.461. We just use 0.46. 0.46 times 10, 4.61. 20 plus 4.61, 24.61. That is the mode.